What's up, y'all? Kyle Hamilton here. I want to give a quick shout out to Lucas, Connor, and Ryan in the Week Zero podcast.
Pretty open, running out of time, finally thrown, and it is gone! Touchdown, Tyrell Roberts! Hit backwards, up in the air, it's on the ground, it is down! It is over, and the Irish have knocked off number one Clemson! Herbert's got it. Stiff arm again, quarterback in the clear, inside the 10, a hat-trick of touchdown from Justin Herbert.
Oh, sorry. The Phillies just took the lead.
Are you ahead of me?
Yes, I probably am.
Bro, you're ahead of me, bro.
Sorry. Segura scored it through and it got
We
under
needed
the second
one
baseman's
strikeout,
arms.
man.
It got under his arm, and they're up 3-2 now with one out. So sorry.
Wait, what the hell? Why didn't our outfielder at least try to an attempt to throw to home?
Because the person at second probably was going to beat it anyway. But welcome anyway, everyone to the Week Zero podcast, coming to you live from the apartment in Beckley, West Virginia. I am your host, Connor, Pitt's Haunted House of Horrors, Doherty, Ryan, Denver, Dahmer, Fravel. You said you would wear the glasses too last night after Denver screwed the pooch. And then Lucas, Bo Still Knows, McKnight. And this is the Week Zero podcast, coming to you a little earlier than usual. Meanwhile, we're seeing Ryan, at least when this game's over, we're going to see him, freak out because all his teams are going to suck and, blow it.
I'm going to be 0-3 this week. Broncos, Lakers, and Cardinals. I got to see the Lakers lose twice or 3 times this week.
It's a preseason. It doesn't matter.
I know, but it still counts, man.
Why does it keep trying to make me watch Hot Bench? I can't watch the end of this game.
Just like every week's podcast, just doing so well off the bat, quite literally. So crazy week yet again, another crazy week of college football. And letting you guys know, for the people that are watching, I'm sure hopefully more people will watch going down the line. We are going to be switching starting next week to Thursday afternoons at 4 p.m. I think they said 4 p.m. Eastern.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it's mainly because of my job. I have to work on Fridays, Friday evenings. For the TV station I work at, covering high school football. So that's the main reason why. So wonderful opening, guys. As always, Josh, thank you. We appreciate it, man. Yeah, it was a fantastic opening, wasn't it? So let's get started. I'm on a timer here because I have something to do. I have to be out of here by 7:15 at the latest. So Lucas, as Ryan, I don't know what's going on.
He's upset.
Yeah. What's the best and worst thing you saw in college football this week?
Oh, I would say probably I'm going to say the best thing that I saw this weekend. I want to say it's probably hearing that Kansas is getting the college game day this next weekend. So
or tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
For the first time ever. I'm surprised they didn't even go back in 2007 when they were second or third in the country at one point.
Yeah, it was It's absolutely insane. Was he safe? Oh, he was safe.
Yeah, he was Phillies. Phillies got another one at home.
You guys are way too ahead, man.
We're just telling you right now that your team's blown it. I mean, they bought a 4.
He's definitely out at home. He's definitely out at home.
No, he's not.
He's definitely safe.
Definitely
no,
safe.
so I would say probably the best thing that I saw this weekend is probably seeing that that Kansas and TCU were both able to get it done, so we can see game day at Kansas. I think it's going to be electric. And the worst thing I saw is probably
that's safe.
Alabama losing Bryce Young and still being Alabama.
That is a good worst thing. Yes, that is definitely
a scary sight It's a scary sight for college football when Bryce Young has a competent backup that can come in anytime and dominate.
Arkansas made a game. It was like 28-0. They scored like 23 straight to make it like a 5-point game. And like, oh, here comes Arkansas. Like they're gonna make this is their chance to pull the upset. And then nope.
But that was that kid's first time playing. I'm pretty sure that was his first time.
What's his name? I didn't even know.
Something. He's like number 2 or something like that. I think he's a freshman this year, or a redshirt freshman this year. But yeah, it's a scary thing for college football, seeing that Alabama is still competent without their.
They let Arkansas back in that game though, because
they still won by 26.
I know, but that kid, like, he's a great runner and all, and he's really quick, but he's not.
I was barely paying attention. Every time I did see that Bama had the ball, he was handing off to Jahmyr Gibbs, who was
it wasn't like he did a bunch of stuff.
The team.
He literally just either took off and ran for yardage or handed off to Jahmyr Gibbs. It wasn't like this kid was throwing darts left and right.
Ryan, so what was your best and worst thing?
So my best thing was kind of like, I guess, same thing what Lucas said. But I'll go another way. Georgia Tech beating Pittsburgh, because we all been saying that Pittsburgh are frauds, and
But we also thought that Georgia Tech was probably the second or one of the 2 worst teams in the ACC for a little.
Yes,
for a little
you know what's
time.
funny? This will go into my worst thing. The worst thing I saw is the fact that Georgia Tech is 1 game back for the lead at the Coastal Division. They legit.
At the rate this is going, it's going to be between Virginia and Virginia Tech for worst in the Coastal, probably. Without Duke is looking.
The fact that if Georgia Tech can still make the ACC title
with an interim coach after losing Jahmyr Gibbs, who's probably a top 5 running back in the country, it's kind of crazy. Oh my God!
Imagine if Georgia Tech makes the ACC title and we get to see Clemson versus Georgia Tech. Like an 8-4 Georgia Tech.
Is Nolan Otto, was he starting at third?
I have no idea. I just turned the game on literally like a couple hours ago. What the fuck are they doing?
Third baseman couldn't feel that ball. His ball was.
That's
not Arenado. That's not Arenado. Who is that? Is that? No, that is Arenado. It went just right under his glove.
The Phillies, bro, they're getting so lucky with this BS, man. Come on.
No, it's not being lucky. It's your bullpen screwing the pooch. It's a combo of both. But okay, we just gotta keep going through.
But anyway, go ahead, Connor. That was your.
What was your worst thing? I didn't hear you.
The fact that Georgia Tech can still win the Coastal.
Then what was your best thing?
That Georgia Tech beat Pittsburgh.
Oh, so it's both of them. Okay, I didn't realize that. I wasn't fully paying attention.
Yeah. Cardinals fans are pulling a Bronco. Oh my God!
Wait, are they actually leaving?
They're all leaving.
Oh my God, that's hilarious. And the Cardinals don't have anyone up in the bullpen.
I'm just not a fan of any team right now. Let's just make that record be clear. I am not rooting for anyone.
Oh, that's funny. And then as soon as they win a game, you'll be right back on the bandwagon.
No, I won't.
So worst thing I saw was shit. I had it when Lucas. It was something that Lucas had mentioned, and it made me think of something. No, not Kansas.
Alabama.
Oh no, Missouri screwing the pooch and not pulling off the upset. That's the worst thing I saw. Yeah. They had a golden opportunity right there to really. I mean, Georgia only fell from first to second, but they really had a chance there to really mess with everything. Best thing is UNC's defense, not allowing VT's offense to do anything. I guess that's also kind of a worse thing for me, at least. So yeah, sucks to me this week. Ryan, what is this? Pick your squad for $15. Do you have that
so I figured this would be fun. Yeah, I do have it pulled up.
The picture. I didn't even look at it when you sent it in.
I didn't see it. I don't know if you shared it because I didn't see it.
You did.
I didn't see anything about it. Oh,
I guess I didn't look at it.
Oh yeah, the Cardinals. I can see the Cardinals fans in the background leaving.
All right, so You have $15, and I thought this would be a little fun thing to do, kind of a side segment.
Damn,
And
I can barely see this.
you have to make a team with $15. So you have to have 2 wide receivers, a quarterback, a running back, and a tight end. So who would you guys pick on your team with $15?
Give me Hendon Hooker, Jameer Gibbs. Who is that? That's the third that's number 3 wide receiver. Or that's the $3 wide receiver.
He's the best receiver for Ohio State right now.
I'll take him. I'll take. So wait, what is that? $4. That's 7. Is that Jackson Smith and Jigba at 4?
At 4.
Who's that?
No, that's Marvin Harrison. Marvin Harrison.
Oh, okay.
You really can't see it that much. God dang,
dude. The quality is terrible for me. I don't know why.
My man needs some bifocals.
Oh, no, that's because I didn't have it at full screen because I'm the hosting, so I'm moving all the stuff, so I didn't have full screen. Now I can see it fine. Okay, give me Hendon Hooker, Jameer Gibbs. Give me Emeka, whatever the hell his name is. Give me Marvin Harrison, and I'll take Michael Mayer because I think that's 15 right there.
Okay,
Michael Mayer.
Lucas,
I'm like debating this here. I gotta whip out a calculator.
Because 2, 4, 7, 11, 15. That's 15 right there.
All right, so I'm going to take C.J. Stroud, Jameer Gibbs, Egbuka. I'm going to take Jacob Cowing, who's probably the fastest wide receiver in the Pac-12, and then Brock Bowers for my 15.
Ooh, I like that. So I thought about this a lot.
So Cowing's really good.
Arizona has probably the most underrated receiving core in college football right now. And he's probably the fastest player in Pac-12.
So I've thought about this a lot. So I'm going to take Jalen Daniels with my
I didn't want to, I really was tempted to go between him and Hooker, but I think I'll go with Hooker just for the VT love.
So I'm going to go Jalen Daniels. For my running back, I'm going to go Deuce Vaughn. And then for my wide receivers, I'm going to go Xavier Worthy and Jordan Addison.
Worthy? I don't understand why Worthy's there. He has like the most drops of any receiver in the past like 2 seasons. I saw something. He has like 50.
He's Tyreek Hill.
So yeah, I'm gonna go Xavier Worthy, Jordan Addison, and then Darnell Washington for my tight end. So I've got.
Dude, I saw Washington play for the first time the other day when they were playing Missouri. Dear God, this dude is like what? He's like 6'7". He literally got hit by he got hit by a safety, and while he got knocked backwards, the safety fell backwards like 5 yards. Like,
so if we had to vote, which team is winning a natty out of those teams?
Okay, so I had Hooker.
Me, because I have C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud with Brock Bowers is a scary thing to think about.
That is true.
Oh,
I don't think Darnell Washington is that good to be the number 3 guy.
I had no chance. I had $3 left, so I just went with the best guy available.
I would almost take Michael Trigg and just give them back the rest of their money.
I got $2 extra. Just take it.
Or if you did that, you could take and say if you took Trigg, you could take like Bijan Robinson if you wanted
as like a second running back or whatever.
You take him over Deuce Vaughn.
Oh yeah.
I would also say that I would probably take Marvin Harrison Jr. over Jordan Addison.
Yeah. I'm still in love with Jordan after that last year with Pitt because he was just utterly dominant. But
Jalen Daniels, I think, is he the odds-on? He's not the odds-on favorite for the Heisman.
He's top 5 right now. I think he's moved into the 4 spot. So
behind what? C.J.
Stroud, Bryce Young, and
if he puts, this is his moment. This is his Heisman moment this weekend. Like it's his chance. If he can pull it off and he can have he doesn't even have to have that good of a game, but if he beats TCU and has a decent game, then I think he could be right up there.
I'm surprised that Hooker hasn't been getting more Heisman hype with how good he's been. Well,
they haven't really played anybody yet. I mean, Florida was probably the best team they played. So.
This week will be a big one for him. I know it's LSU, but it's still
LSU. At LSU, and it's a ranked LSU. That's going to be some points. That's
so.
Then he plays Bama on the 15th.
I'll say this.
Do they get Bama at home, or are they at Bama?
Boto
Winter.
Yeah.
Oh wait, Boto Winter. Are you Tom Grossi? I recognize that name from Tom Grossi. If you are, then feel free to like and subscribe, man.
But I was gonna say, if Jalen Daniels takes Kansas to a Big 12 title, there's no. I would never understand why he wouldn't win the Heisman at that point.
Well, CJ Stroud, if he throws for 60 touchdowns, then
I know, but CJ Stroud has way different level of weapons than Jalen Daniels does at Kansas. I don't know. You put CJ Stroud on Kansas right now. Is Kansas still as good as they are right now?
Yes. Yes, 100%. CJ Stroud is without a doubt the best quarterback in college football.
I agree with that, but I think that Jalen Daniels should get extra credit for doing just as good with not nearly the same amount of talent. But
but I wouldn't even say just as good if we're gonna go about it. I mean, it's not like Kansas has played anybody worth anything other than.
I'm Con-Man 75. I'm a mod for Tom as well. So I recognize the name. I recognize that name as well. Okay, let's get to the AP poll. Let's try and make this a quicker show than usual.
Yep.
I'm sorry that I'm talking to the
chat,
but it's actually
good. You're good. We need something.
So LSU being ranked, I feel like them and Syracuse being ranked. They only did that just to make the matchups they have this week more appealing.
Syracuse doesn't even play.
Oh, sorry. No, don't they play Don't they play the Clemson next week? I think.
Yeah, they play Clemson next week, and then they play Notre Dame.
I'm gonna tell you.
No, that's probably why they just wanted to make those.
The only reason why LSU is ranked is because look at number 23.
Yep.
Only reason.
And if we're being
because they beat Mississippi State,
or
because
but if we're being real here, Mississippi State had an all-time meltdown.
Oh, I forgot.
Gave LSU the game. So,
but it's still that's the only reason. I mean, if they're gonna rank Mississippi State that high, you have to put LSU.
I would honestly, I'd be more okay with having Florida State at 25. I really would. I mean, because Florida State has the head-to-head against LSU.
But to make sense, if you put a team in there that got beat by 15 to another team that's 4-1, you have to put that other team that's 4-1 into the top 25.
You don't look at the head-to-head between Florida State and LSU?
Between Florida State and LSU? First game of the season, 1 point difference. No.
Okay. Because I know you had said that you would be okay with Florida State still being ranked after the loss to.
So Boto's come over to us. Thank you for coming over to us, Boto. I do appreciate it.
If anything, I would take Cincinnati out of the top 25.
Yeah, they struggled against Tulsa. Tulsa's pretty good, but
I'm surprised that Kansas jumped that. I mean, they were probably 26-27 last week, and
the reason why is because Iowa State has the best defense statistically in the Big 12, and Kansas not only.
Look at this. TCU, UCLA, and Kansas all jumped in to the top 25 after being unranked before last week. Those are pretty big jumps from outside the top 25 in.
I wonder when the last time TCU, UCLA, Kansas, and Kansas State all 4 were ranked together. Oh, and Syracuse.
Well, Syracuse probably was. Well, I'm trying to think because Kansas. Kansas
is ranked in a long time.
No, Syracuse. They were 10-2 a few years back. They were 10-2, so they probably were ranked then. TCU's, and UCLA. I'm sure UCLA was ranked at one point last year. TCU, they're in and out of the rankings all the time. K-State probably was ranked back in like 2018 or 19. I think this is the first time Kansas has been ranked since maybe 2007 or 8, though. So
So do you guys have any issue with the top 25?
Honestly, as of right now, no, I do not.
I'm also fine with them
issues.
dropping Georgia. I'm also fine with them dropping Georgia 1 for that game.
My
not only
issue,
this game, but the last game too. Kent
That's-
State and
That's true. Yeah.
Missouri.
my issue is USC. I honestly would drop USC all the way down to 9. I think Oklahoma State had a more impressive win over the defending Big 12 champs. Tennessee, while they were idle, still has performed better than USC has this entire season, and Ole Miss just got a win against, at the time, the number 7 team in the country. So, but we all know the AP poll loves USC because of the brand name, and all of a sudden, because they've got Caleb Williams and Jordan Addison, they're unstoppable, evidently, in people's eyes. But
yeah,
I'm not sold on USC at all. They're definitely going to have like 2 or 3 losses this year.
Yeah, I think so. I think they'll probably end up losing to UCLA and Utah pretty easily.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you have an issue with Penn State being at 10?
Yeah,
They haven't really.
They did
really-
play in a
who they even-
monsoon, but like
I mean, who are they played? I don't even.
Northwest.
I mean,
They're
the
really
reason
good
why I
players.
don't have an issue with it is because like they're borderline 12 if we're being honest. Like Utah and
but
Oregon are probably better teams, but the only reason why Penn State's there at 10 is because they're undefeated.
I could argue though, Lucas, that Utah, Oregon, Kentucky, and Wake Forest are all better teams than Penn State right now.
I think any of those 4 teams would probably beat Penn State. Honestly, I think especially Wake Forest, definitely.
That's
I
probably
mean, let's be
true,
real.
but-
Kentucky, in my opinion, is still a top 10 team. They literally just did everything in their willpower to lose that game to Ole Miss. So, Penn State.
Yeah.
But you have to punish for teams that lose, and then you have to reward teams that win. So that's the biggest reason why they dropped so far.
Well, Bota, it's not going to an 8; it's going to a 12 team potentially.
Yeah, it'll be a 12 team in 2024.
More. Well, apparently they're still trying to figure that out. So,
But
Okay,
any teams that you guys would like, really quick, any teams you guys would prefer to see ranked, or are you guys pretty good with the field right now?
I mean, not exactly.
depending on how depending on how this week, it depends on how this week goes because there's a decent number of games that we have there between unranked teams that are pretty good, or at least there's one unranked team that's like 4-1 that after this week could be like 5-1 or 6-0. That probably should be. I think the only one that we're still wondering is whether JMU will be ranked. If
They're 26 right now. So
So Syracuse is idle, so they're not going to move. But depending on how the bottom group of those top 5 of those teams go, it'll be interesting to see.
Honestly, move LSU and Cincinnati out, put JMU in, and
Washington State.
Yeah, Washington State.
You still think Washington State should be ranked?
Oh yeah, they
UCLA?
killed Cal. I mean, it was 20-9.
Didn't they lose to UCLA?
No, their only loss was to Oregon, and they were beating them the whole game until 2 minutes left. So,
right, yeah. No, I think
Washington
right.
State deserves to be in the top 25. I think
if Washington State played Cincinnati and LSU right now, we're all taking
Washington State wins. And I will say, I mean, Washington State, they have the biggest opportunity this week against USC. So,
I'm already calling for the upset there.
And it's on the Palouse.
Is that in our pick'ems? Is that in our pick'ems?
Yes, it is.
I didn't see it.
What was I going to say? What do you guys think about Illinois? How close do you think they would be to being ranked? I know they lost to Indiana early on.
There's another team there, Maryland.
Yeah, Illinois, Maryland.
Because they're both 4-1. Maryland gets Purdue at home. Who does Illinois play?
They play Iowa at home.
Oh, easily. Both of those teams should be 5-1. I mean,
I
don't know.
It's interesting. I don't know. I mean, Maryland, they're close. They're very, very close, especially since they played. They didn't. I mean, the score says a little bit different than what the game was against Michigan, but still, if you
No,
look at
like
the
I mean,
score-
we were. If you, I mean, like we said, like if you took Blake Corum out, that's a easy win for Maryland, and they were holding tough. Really, it was the fumble on the kickoff that Michigan then turned into a touchdown one play later that screwed them. That doesn't happen. That's a totally different game potentially.
Yeah,
So,
I think so too. But that's kind of part of football. The one thing I will say about Illinois is that Indiana loss is going to just keep looking worse. It's going to keep looking worse as the season goes.
Oh yeah, I forgot they did lose to them, right?
Which I think that game is still a fluke, but
okay, let's get into these real quick because we have to get through everything. Like I said, we've got time. Kansas 5-0.
Thoughts on the game? I don't know if you guys tuned in and watched too much. I know there were a
Did
lot
they play?
of games going on. Iowa State.
They played Iowa State. I watched it a little bit.
They got lucky. I thought when it was 14, when Kansas was like 14, so I was like, oh, they're gonna have to run away with it. And I see it's like 14-11, and then they just
The
missed a field
defense
goal.
for Kansas is legit, man. I mean, a lot of the question marks surrounding this team was, well, can the defense of Kansas win a game? Wait, getting their butts kicked during the playoffs in Notre Dame should always be
150. Wait, 156? What?
what?
Eliminate.
Pac-12 should never be ranked.
Pac-12 should
Hey,
never
man, Boto, come on, man. But
I
anyway,
like this Boto.
But anyway, like
And the Phillies win.
a lot of the question marks with this team was, hey, when Jalen Daniels in the offense isn't being explosive, can Kansas's defense hold up? I know Iowa State's offense isn't the greatest, but they also dropped 24 on Baylor, who, they got exposed against Oklahoma State, but it's still a decent defense. So Kansas locked up Xavier Hutchinson all game, who might be the best wide receiver in the Big 12. And they picked off the Iowa State quarterback twice. And the kicker, let's just say this, the kicker for Iowa State will be lucky to have a scholarship this weekend. Because that dude missed 3 field goals. 3. All within the side.
You're ruining one of my things, by the way. You're ruining one of my things.
What?
All right, move on.
to it.
Kansas 5-0. We've already talked about it enough.
Okay, let's go to Oklahoma State. Beats Baylor. I think I took Baylor because I thought they were going to win because they were at home, and then nope. So that's tough.
I think Oklahoma State is better than they were last year.
Offensively.
Defensively, no. Defense, no, definitely not because they lost because they were like a top 10 nationally defense.
Not better than they were last year, sure, but their defense is still good.
Thank you, Josh. Yes, it is that.
Their defense is still good, and their offense is really good too. So,
yeah.
I don't trust Spencer Sanders down the line. There were times where he threw that weird pick to Baylor, and it got Baylor instantly back in the game. That's been his Achilles heel.
He's had a really good season.
He did, but he has those moments. That's the thing that's killed Oklahoma State in big games and games that they should have won in the past is him making those costly mistakes at the worst possible time. But they definitely got a good win, and they proved me wrong. I mean,
yeah.
I thought Baylor was by far and away the best team in the Big 12, and Oklahoma State convincingly put them away. So,
yeah, definitely. I think the game that I definitely more want to talk about is the next one, TCU smacking the shit out of.
I was the only one who took TCU in the upset. I called it. I told you Oklahoma was gonna melt down.
Thank you
after
both,
the loss to Kansas State.
To be fair, their quarterback was out.
Their quarterback was already out when they were down 38 to 14. So it wasn't like Gabriel would have made a big difference. Yeah, when he got injured, TCU was already up.
It was 34-10, and he took
when Gabriel went down. Yeah, they were down big, so it wasn't like it would have made that big of a difference if Gabriel was in. But can we talk about Max Duggan? If he continues on this path, he should be a Heisman
I
candidate.
will later if you shut up. I will later.
Oh man! So, what were your guys' thoughts on the game?
I mean, I just think that Brent Venables has a long ways to go. I mean, it just kind of showed us that he has a long ways to go with Oklahoma. Unfortunately, Lincoln Riley left them in shambles, and seeing TCU win, it's kind of what they've done for, the last 10, 15 years is where they've won a lot of games. I still don't think they're going to, even make much of a splash in the Big 12, but they're winning a lot of games, and they're winning games that they should honestly probably win. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure this spread was probably pretty close.
Oklahoma was favored by 6, I believe. So it was supposed to be a close game. But, I mean, TCU – okay. Is this more of TCU being that good or Oklahoma just being that bad?
I would say it's closer to Oklahoma being bad than TCU being that good. And, I mean, the thing about TCU is that we're going to see how good they really are this week. Now, there's more. There's the dogs. But
there's the barking there. Now it's finally a week 0 stream.
I'm gonna kick him outside. This is gonna piss me off. But that's the thing is we're gonna get to see when we talk about TCU and Kansas, we're gonna get to see how good they really are in that.
Oh, I think the dog knocked out Lucas's Wi-Fi.
I mean, did you guys see the TCU tweet about who's going to score 62 first, TCU or Aaron Judge? It was like 52 to some. It was they had 55 points, and they were like 55 points. Like who's going to score 62 first?
Connor, while we're on that note, actually, I want to play something really quick.
That was annoying.
You guys are gonna laugh. I have to play this. You guys will crap of just how funny this is, because you know how they every time or the last couple of weeks they've been stopping in the middle of college football games to show, oh, Aaron Judge is up to bat. This had me dying when I seen this. Hold on, pull it up.
Is it the Texas one?
Yes.
He's going for the corner.
And the righty field. He walked him.
Pretty much.
And he gets walked.
Pretty much.
Vince Young scores.
It would have actually been the entire play would have been missed, not just him going to the end zone.
I thought that was.
It would have been you would have seen this, and then immediately goes to the game, and then you just see him celebrate, and you're like, what just happened? Or you just see a wide screen.
Did you see the people last night that were like, when are we going to get to see Aaron Judge?
Did you see the
Broncos
guy
game? Because it was so bad.
Did you see the guy who jumped out of the stands on Aaron Judge's home run? He actually I don't know. I guess he thought he was close, and he literally jumped over he was in front row, and he jumped over the railing or something. Everyone's like, what the hell was that? Okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah. I'm just glad to finally see Texas A&M not ranked. Thank God. Do they already have 3 losses? Do they have they only have 2?
They have 2. They're going to have 3 after this weekend.
They're going to beat Alabama. They're going to beat Alabama on Jimbo's birthday again.
Can we ask a question? How much longer until Jimbo gets bought out? Because
I literally apparently I heard someone say it's that apparently on a radio talk show someone called in and said, it's cheaper to hire an assassin than pay a $95 billion buyout. I'm like, oh damn. Oh jeez.
Oh, Jimbo is on the hot seat, man. But we all know after this last couple of seasons, it's pretty much confirmed that
at this point I'd be willing to take him on and deal with this bullshit, because at least I know
you guys go 8-4 every year in the ACC.
Yeah, but I'd rather do that than go and especially in the Coastal, where 8-4 most years probably would be good enough to win the division. Actually, no, there's no division starting next year. Damn it!
But no, all that oil money that they use to get recruits, and they're just taking L's on the field for it. So it's just it's hilarious, man.
Definitely.
Okay. Wow, that's crazy. So Kevin Sumlin and Jimbo Fisher through 53 games have the same record of 37-16.
At Texas A&M?
Yeah.
And everyone thought that Kevin Sumlin was a pretty good coach. Meanwhile, Jimbo came in with a lot more expectations because he had won a national championship with Florida State.
Well, we all know after the last couple seasons, we all know now that the crab leg thief made Jimbo's career.
That's true.
But we kind of spoke about this a little earlier, but just how scary it was that the fact that Bryce Young came out and the Tide still rolled over Arkansas.
It was more just Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't think the guy – I'm not sure if the other guy ever threw a pass. They probably never wanted him to.
He did.
Yeah.
He actually didn't have a bad game either. Jalen Milroe.
So is Young out, or what's the story on that? Have you guys heard anything about him?
I mean, it's an AC joint, so I would expect him to be out this week. But you never really know.
Yeah, I think he'll probably be out, and I think it's probably because Jalen Milroe is actually not bad. So he ended the game 4 for 9, 65 yards and a touchdown.
For your first proper action, that's not that bad.
Yeah, I mean, he's had some garbage time games in his career. He played a couple last year as a when he was redshirting, and then this year he's played in the Utah State game, ULM, and Vandy games. He's played a little bit, but nothing like too crazy. Luckily this week he doesn't get a very tough
Satterfield
or
for Louisville. I think Satterfield. Because when you have Malik Cunningham with how good he's been, you should be doing a lot better than Louisville is.
Nope, he's only good on primetime.
All right.
Okay, let's finally get to it. We're at Stunner's Members Live Tournament. So let's hear him. Let's go with Ryan first. Who's your stunner and who's your bummer?
So I know Lucas is going to get tired of hearing me say his name. He's the new Sam Hartman. Cam Rising. My stunner of the week is Cam Rising. He threw for over 300 yards and 3 touchdown passes in an easy win against Oregon State.
Okay, I'm gonna stop you. Hold on right there, fella. It was 21-16 into the fourth quarter. I do not want to hear easy.
The final score. What was the final score
at the end?
But no, Cam Rising is still the best quarterback in the Pac-12.
Third best.
Guys, you see what Josh just said?
His Louisville leaves Virginia with an L. Satterfield.
This week.
Are they going to pull a? Oh God!
Going to pull a Tennessee or UCLA and leave Lane Kiffin on the tarmac?
Tarmac? No, wait.
Was that when he was at USC or Tennessee?
Are they going? No, I feel like they're going to pull an Arizona State and they're going to fire.
Him on the field.
On the field.
Like, I didn't see that, but I heard about that. He literally talked to the school president and the AD right on the field.
People really literally videoed the conversation.
Yeah, Herm Edwards literally is walking off the field after losing, and the AD and I think the school president were on the field and met him in the end zone and to talk to him. I'm not sure if he was fired then, but I'm guessing that's when it was.
But yeah, so Cam Rising's my stunner until Utah loses and he has a bad game. Cam Rising will not will still be the best quarterback in the Pac-12.
Third best.
All right, Lucas.
All right, I'm going ahead. All right, my stunner of the week.
Are we just doing stunners first, and then we're going to do bummers?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Oh, okay, gotcha. We should probably.
All right, my stunner of the week is Max Duggan. As Ryan was going to talk about him earlier, he had a nutty game, and I didn't even know he could run like that, to be honest. So He was 23 for 33, which is a great completion percentage. 302 yards, 3 touchdowns. He had 5 carries for 116 yards and 2 touchdowns rushing, with no turnovers in total. Obviously, we talked about it a little bit. He beat Oklahoma 55-24. And I think it's time we probably have to start talking about Max Duggan in the Heisman conversation.
Funny enough, I don't know if you guys know this, but Duggan was not he lost the starting job this year. He was not the starter for TCU. The starter for TCU went down in the first game of the season. So Duggan is basically QB2 for this TCU team, and they're still this good.
Well, and Duggan played out of his mind this year. He has 1,000 passing yards, 11 touchdowns, no picks. So he's kind of.
What does that say about the guy that took the job from him? Was that?
I guess so. It's who was it? Chandler Morris?
I want to say
I don't know who it was, but yeah, I'm looking at the stats right now. I mean, he came out the next week through 5 tutties, no interceptions, obviously. So that's pretty nuts.
All right, Connor.
So my stunner, he replayed. I don't know why Trayvon Henderson wasn't playing, but Mayan Williams, running back for Ohio State, against Rutgers. It's Rutgers, but he had 21 attempts for 189 yards and 5 touchdowns with a long of 70 yards. His career, for his career, like that game equals nearly 20% of his career rushing yards. He has like about 1,000 or so. So, of course, they're just continuing that and stuff. Oh, what's up, Luke? I'm glad you're here. Boredom and depression is shake. I hope that
Luke, I don't want to hear about boredom and depression, man. You're not a Broncos fan. You can't have boredom and depression, man.
Well, don't worry, Luke. We'll make you feel better by with our antics.
At least your Packers have a winning record.
Yeah,
and don't actually embarrass themselves on national TV, except for the.
And guess what? The Broncos are going to be on national TV again Monday night.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Do they have another national game after that?
Yeah.
They got the full 5 games.
It's because of Russ, dude. Russell Wilson.
And yet the Ravens and Lamar only get 3.
Oh man! But all right, so my bummer of the week is going to be Braylon Allen.
Bummer is the entire Broncos team.
Yeah, but
right.
Boise State.
Wisconsin as a whole is just a huge bummer right now. They just fired Paul Chryst, who actually has one of the best records as a Wisconsin head coach in school history. Sounds like a lot of stuff behind the scenes. But no, it's Braylon Allen is one of the best running backs in college football, as we seen last year. When the fact that him and Malusi were both held to a total combined of 2 total rushing yards against Illinois.
2?
That's 2. Wisconsin finished that game with 2 whole rushing yards.
Holy shit.
Do you want to know how many attempts Malusi and Allen had combined?
I'm going to guess 30.
Over 30. Jeez. So that doesn't tell you how good that Illinois defense is. They're pretty legit. But yeah, so that's my bummer of the week is Braylon Allen for having all these high expectations. And
you know what's funny about that? Actually, now that I think about it, I remember going into the Oregon-Washington State game, and people were like, oh, Oregon's not going to be able to run the ball because Washington State held Wisconsin's running back to only like 30 rushing yards. Yeah, it was. Oh, wait, no, he actually had a good game. Never mind. Okay, they were just lying to me. I still won my parlay, though. Anyways.
Got $1,000 out of it.
I did. My bummer of the week is Minnesota quarterback Tanner Morgan. For some reason,
in college football.
For some reason, they just decided to just be terrible this week. He went 18 for 33, 257 yards. He had 3 interceptions, no touchdowns, and he had 5 carries for -1 yard. They lost by 10 to Purdue, and we thought they had the best offense in the country at the time. And apparently, statistics said the same thing. And
it's because Purdue is facing a ranked team.
Yep,
it's just what happened.
And they were proven dead wrong, as Tanner Morgan had one of the worst games of his Minnesota career. The boat was not rowing.
No, it was
not.
Not.
The winning streak for Purdue against ranked teams when they're unranked is just unreal, man.
Well, yeah, when they're unranked, because then they get destroyed when they were ranked by like Ohio State last year or something.
Oh,
okay, my bummer.
Their Shamrock. Oh yeah, that's right, because they're playing in.
Oh, this is their Shamrock game. I didn't realize that this was their Shamrock.
Because it's the Vegas game.
Yep, bringing out the clean white unis.
Notre Dame in Vegas. That's not a combo that really makes.
Hey, you know what?
Well.
Marcus Freeman.
Yeah, and they're playing Mormons in Vegas too, which is even
those 3 things do not.
You know what?
So weird.
The good thing is Marcus Freeman says bed check. Bed check is. There's
gonna be so much soda being sold in Vegas this week from BYU fans. Just they're gonna be, and of course they can only share 1 cherry soda once the game is over.
All right, so
okay. My bummer is Iowa State's kicker. I don't remember his first name. It's Gilbert. He screwed the pooch, or Jace Gilbert. I guess he screwed the pooch, and just kept the team from winning a game where Kansas offense wasn't looking very dynamic, but Kansas defense was holding pretty well, and he contributed to that as well. Surprise team. I've started doing this with both surprise and meme team. How
I noticed this when you sent it to me. I was like, this is going to be interesting.
Because we've had our guests do this in a way that we weren't expecting. You know what I mean? We were just doing kind of like a surprise good team and a meme bad team, but now I'm kind of doing it in a way that they did it because there's plenty of ways you can do this now. So, Lucas, who's your surprise team?
All right, my surprise team this week was Missouri. We touched on a little bit. They honestly really beat up number 1 Georgia for 3 quarters. They were winning that game by a landslide. I mean, obviously the score was closer than what it could have been. Missouri played probably the best game that they have played in years since, 2013, back when they went to the SEC championship game. It was probably the best game that they played, but it just wasn't enough to beat the number 1 team in the country. Is it a fluke for Missouri? I don't know. I mean, they barely lost, probably should have beat Auburn.
If they have Drew Lock, they win both games.
I don't know. It's weird. And I think Missouri – is Missouri a good team? That's the big question. Are they a good team? Or are they just a mediocre team that got lucky 2 weeks in a row? I know Auburn's not that great, but
you know what surprises me, Lucas, and I kind of don't understand that Thicker the kicker.
Missouri's kicker.
But
that guy is thick. That's a thick boy.
No. Okay, who's thicker, him or that Penn State kicker from a few years ago that was leveling?
They're pretty close.
They're pretty close.
I think that Penn State kicker is a little thicker because he was laying dudes out on kickoffs. I'll give it to him.
But I was gonna say, it just surprised because when I was making that best of week 5, going through the Missouri Georgia highlights, I was just surprised at how easy Missouri was able to move the ball against that defense. And I'm like, it made me think, why the hell couldn't Oregon do this? Oregon is obviously 10 times better than Mizzou. And it just, I don't know if it was Georgia's sleptwalk, which it easily could have been, but
I think it was week 1 woes, if I had to guess. I mean, Oregon came in with a completely new, literally everything, and then it just didn't work. I think if they played now, it would be a lot. I don't know if we beat Georgia, but I think it would be like that Missouri-Georgia game where it would be.
I mean, Missouri was running straight up the gut, straight into the middle of that defense, and just was ripping 50-yard runs off easily. But
they were getting a good number of runs. Yeah, definitely. Okay, Ryan, who's your surprise team?
So my surprise team of the week is Illinois. Me and Lucas, we've been high on this team the last couple of years. Chase Brown is that dude. He is him. He is making it known that he is easily a top 5 running back in all of college football. If Illinois continues on this path and he continues to have great game after great game, he's somebody that we could easily start seeing get into the Heisman conversation. So I think he's averaging 100 yards a game. So and he's making this. He's basically carrying this Illinois team on his back. So Illinois is my surprise team of the week after the utter dominance of Wisconsin. I know Wisconsin's down bad, but history will show that Wisconsin is usually the best team in the West. And for Illinois to not only hold them defensively, but also run all over them, I got to give Illinois some credit.
Yeah, my surprise team is just how bad Oklahoma looked. Even before they lost Dylan Gabriel to a hit that ended up being a targeting call because he got hit as he was sliding. That was clearly, defenseless targeting hit. They were already down 34-10 at that point. Brett Venables, we all thought, I think coming in, we thought, their defense might be a little bit better because of him, right? And now he is the first Oklahoma coach to ever lose his first 2 Big 12 conference games to start his career. So it's a long road. And now with Texas having no longer being ranked as well because of losses they've suffered, we now have a Red River rivalry shootout, or Red River shootout, whatever you want to call it, game that no one actually cares about because the game is not ranked and neither team is ranked, and there are much better games this week. The fact that TCU Kansas is a much better game potentially and is looking to be a great game is absolutely hilarious, and it's just funny. So, yeah, that's who is my surprise team, and it's going to be a long year for Josh says Oklahoma would be his meme team. That's fair. Okay, Lucas, who was your meme team?
My meme team of the week, as we can pull up the meme team or the memes that we have made by our colleague Josh. My meme team of the week was West Virginia, so we can go to that one. Losing all of these games and specifically losing to Hudson Card and unranked Texas this last week, 38-20.
Of course, VT. There's nothing in there about them being VT in there. I'm surprised you didn't throw a dig at us for that.
No, we can't do that because you're already down deep enough there.
We've already been in memes since we lost to ODU.
We can't dig a deeper hole, Connor. We've already made it to China. All right.
And the funny thing is, Ryan, the other day I'm sitting there, I'm like, I just realized I could have done a better meme. You ever see Phineas and Ferb?
Yeah.
So Doofenshmirtz, he's like, it's weird that this one particular thing is. If I had a nickel for every time this happened, and I have 2 nickels, which is not a lot, but it's weird that it's happened twice. I could use that for VT losing to ODU. Could use that for that.
That would be a funny one.
Man.
Yeah, so West Virginia really bad. They were down 28-7 at halftime. They thought that JT Daniels was going to be the Lord and Savior of the Mountaineers, and he's done just about everything except for that. So West Virginia.
We'll always be a meme.
West Virginia, Virginia Tech is.
But all right, so where's that at? Next meme. So I'm gonna go ahead and do. Oh god, did this go all the way back up? It did.
You're showing us the whole thing. What the hell's going on?
Yeah, there we go. All right, so this was Josh's 2 memes that he made. Which who doesn't love Oklahoma being allergic to purple teams on a year-to-year basis?
Yeah,
and then
TCU and Kansas State.
Oh my god, what the hell?
Yeah, it's like resetting.
I don't get why it does this, but anyway. And then this one, what everyone else sees, what Oklahoma sees.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, and then my mean team of the week. Oh my god!
Oh, no.
Just keeps going back further.
I didn't make a meme for my team, or did you make?
So
one?
my mean team of the week was Texas A&M. Again, shout out to Josh for making the memes. You know, just to shell out millions of dollars, as you could see on the meme, and then they lose to App State. Should have lost to Miami, and then got utterly destroyed by Mississippi State. So,
Disgusting.
So, but there's no. I didn't make a meme for mine. My meme team was Purdue, just continuing the meme of beating ranked teams when they're unranked. It's just kind of hilarious at this point because we keep doubting them. But then the instant that they play a non-ranked team where they themselves are ranked, they lose. It's kind of funny. So their power just comes from that little number being next to that team's name. So that was my meme team. Okay. Finally, that's probably the quickest we've gone through everything. We are going to do pick'ems and the pick'em rankings. My lead has been shrunk a little bit, but I did really well. I went 21 and something because I was 87, so I'm up to 108. So
I'm surprised. Me and Lucas actually had a bad weekend, and we still closed the gap a little bit.
Had a bad weekend. I had a great weekend. What are you talking about?
That just means my weekend was not as good as yours. What did you do? How did you do?
I went 24-6 this weekend.
Damn.
Without the Friday games that are obviously being played tonight, I went 24-6.
Gotcha.
Josh is sitting there crying in the corner somewhere.
So Ryan, you got Josh.
He's gonna hang on those 8 games all year.
Yeah, he's gonna be really pissed about it. He'll be really pissed if he comes in like second or third and he's 8 behind and he's like 6 or 7 behind the leader. Whoever wins. From winning just because, and he'll be pissed about those games.
Yep.
Okay.
Did we all take Memphis and UNLV tonight?
Yep.
Yeah, I think we all did. Yeah,
so it wouldn't make a difference.
Yep. Okay, so we're gonna start off, and Ryan, you have Josh's picks, right? Or Josh can put them in the comments.
Yeah, I have them.
Okay, so first we get the team I just mentioned, Purdue and Maryland. Maryland's a 3-point favorite.
I'm taking Maryland in this one. And I'm not going to say why. Connor can get into it. I already know what he's going to say, so I'm going to leave it to him. So yeah,
all right.
Maryland.
At this point, I'm becoming a Maryland fan than a VT fan. That's right with how his shit's going.
All right, so Josh and me are both going Maryland. They're a 3-point favorite for a reason, so give the Terps the dub. But I think it's definitely a close game.
Yeah, give me Maryland's offense. Is very dynamic for Maryland at times. And like I said, Purdue doesn't have that power. Maryland's not ranked, therefore Purdue's not going to have that power.
Yeah, they don't got the power, man.
They don't have the power. They don't have the power. Okay, Louisville at UVA. Louisville, apparently, if they lose this game, Scott Satterfield will be fired and forced to drive all the way back to Louisville by himself in a Uber, so that'll be great.
The key thing for this game is it's not in prime time.
It is not in prime time.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true, and that is the reason I'm taking UVA, even though UVA's offense looks terrible at times. I don't know what's happened with Brendan Armstrong. The offense doesn't look good.
They got absolutely ran out of the building by Duke. Like absolutely ran out of the building.
I really wanted to continue with my Louisville not in prime time is going to lose, but UVA is really bad, so I'm taking Louisville in this one.
Yeah, I'm going Louisville as well, and so is Josh.
Okay, I was about to switch it because I think in my pick'ems I sent to Lucas, I think I actually took. Did I take Louisville? I did take Louisville, but I'll take UVA because I'll take it against you guys. That's how I'm going to get some points back. Okay. Texas at Oklahoma. Both 3-2. Texas a 9-point favorite, surprisingly.
Texas a 9-point favorite, and it's because Quinn Ewers is coming back, which I think gives Texas.
And Gabriel's not playing. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think
fair.
that gives.
Oh,
I
he's
think
not
that
gonna
gives
play?
Texas a huge.
and also Davis Bevel, who is the backup for Oklahoma, is not playing as well. So Oklahoma's going to
under
be
a
playing
third
with their
string?
third string quarterback.
Jeez. So yeah, Texas.
We could
wins
see
and covers.
we could see another Caleb Williams situation. Maybe this kid is a third stringer, just comes out and
Well, Caleb was only
plays.
a second stringer, but
Yeah.
I don't know if this. And
Caleb
I already
Williams is
heard
also one of the highest recruited quarterbacks
Exactly,
in
and
the country.
Yeah.
I had heard of Caleb Williams even before that. I don't know who their third string quarterback is. For Oklahoma.
Oh, it's General Booty.
Oh right, General Booty. What a name!
That's
What
right.
a name! Oh, what a name!
And he was a highly recruited kid too. So,
Just hearing that makes me think of David Booty.
John
Booty
David
for
Booty, yeah.
John David Booty for USC.
And you know
And I
what?
don't know
It's
why-
funny.
It
His
always threw me off
merchandise.
'cause
Wait,
I
hold on.
always thought John David Booty was the OC for USC because there was another guy who had a weird name like that for USC, right? He was like the offensive
I'm
coordinator.
not sure.
Mhm. But General Booty, his merch, his NIL merch, is actually called Booty Call. So
Yep.
Yes, yes.
So,
Oh, that's fantastic.
but all right, me and Josh are both going Texas as well. I think Texas wins big.
Yeah, I'm taking Texas as well. That's why I said Quinn Ewers
Hook 'em horns.
came back. That's the only reason, really. Okay, we got Missouri. I just realized I'm probably very loud because of these headphones. Missouri at Florida. Florida's 11.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I could see it being that way. Missouri played hard and lost to Georgia last week. I think it's going to hurt them a little bit. Plus, they're going to the Swamp. I think Florida wins this one.
Yeah, I'm going Florida, and so is Josh.
I'm taking Florida as well.
Clean
I think
sweep.
unfortunately Missouri's going to fall back, having to deal with such a tough loss like that, and coming up short is going to leave them like emotionally drained. I think it's going to really hurt them. Can you guys hear me fine with my headphones off like this?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I didn't want to make sure I wasn't shouting. My neighbors were going to be pissed at me or something. Okay, next we got East Carolina at Tulane. Tulane is a 3.5-point favorite.
Oof.
I'm actually taking ECU in this one, and for no
Ooh.
other reason than I'm pretty sure I picked against them last time they were in our pick'ems and they won. So I'm going ECU.
That's fair.
So I'm gonna go. Oh man, Tulane is pretty good though. They did lose to Southern Miss, but that's just Southern Miss. Give me the green wave. Josh is taking Tulane as well.
And I think Lucas will be by himself. I'm taking Tulane as well.
Pratt
Yeah.
is actually a good quarterback.
Free
so.
point for Lucas right there.
Yes, sir.
Middle Tennessee State at UAB. UAB is a 9.5-point favorite.
See, I so badly want to pick UAB just because of their uniforms they just dropped for this week. They're actually really nice. But I got to roll with Middle Tennessee State. Cade Cunningham, I think he's going to roll again, have a good game.
DJ England Chisholm.
They did.
Yes,
They
sir.
did struggle against UTSA, and UTSA put a
Did they
whooping
beat
on them.
UTSA though?
No, UTSA put a spanking on them. It was like
Oh.
38-10, and then Middle Tennessee
That
State
just means
made a late
UTSA
comeback.
would smack the crap. That just means UTSA would smack the crap out of Miami then.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go UAB in the upset here.
That's not an
Every-
upset.
Compared to I'm basing off records, but UAB, every time we've had them in the pick'ems and we've picked against them, I'm pretty sure we've never got a game right that we picked against them. So I'm gonna go with the Blazers. UAB, yeah.
MTS, UAB.
Josh is going with Middle Tennessee State.
Have you guys seen their UAB's uniforms they're wearing this
No,
week?
I haven't.
No, I haven't.
Look them up. Look them up right now. And Connor, your eyes are getting cut off.
Oh, sorry. I didn't look that up. I'm gonna look these up real quick. Are you talking about like the gray ones
They're like a lime green
with gray?
color.
Oh, and the white helmet. Okay, that white helmet's pretty nice. That white helmet with the dragon on the side. That's pretty sick.
I don't see it. Is it on their Twitter?
It should be. Yeah, it's the
If you find it, just bring it up. In the meantime, I'll stick with. Wait, who took Middle Tennessee State? Josh.
I did.
Oh, those actually look
I-
kind of sick. Okay, I see what
Probably on
you're
their
talking
Twitter,
about. Hold on.
I'll go with
let me-
UAB though. I was tempted to take. I was taking Middle Tennessee State, but I didn't see the records in our pick'ems. I don't think so. I didn't see the betting line, but I'll take UAB.
These are actually, dude.
yeah.
They're
the
clean,
white.
huh?
I mean, what they got that? That even looks better. I mean,
Is there a
these-
side profile of the helmet? Because I think they have a green dragon on the side of the helmet.
It doesn't look like it. Just those look nice though.
Yeah, those are nice. Okay, cool.
You can't lose.
Josh, I
in
think,
those
is by
games.
himself in Middle Tennessee State. So, okay, Duke at Georgia Tech.
If Georgia
Duke,
Tech wins
I'm
this
not
game,
really sure.
if
I'm
Georgia
not really
Tech,
sure
hold on,
how
Lucas.
Georgia Tech. Wait, I'm just confused why Duke is only a 3.5 point favorite. They're really thinking that like Pitt is that nice. I guess. I'm so confused.
Well, Georgia
I mean,
Tech,
it's
if
also
they
playing
win this
BT,
game,
where
if Georgia Tech wins this game, they will have the lead for the Coastal. So, they
Duke
got
is
something to
actually
play
decent.
for.
They're gonna win.
Yeah, I'm taking Duke as well. Josh is taking Puke. So
I'm taking Duke as well. I think it's a clean sweep for Duke. Next, we got UNC at Miami. Miami is a 3.5 point favorite, which is
how do they respond after getting blown out by Middle Tennessee State?
Because they were off last week, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I'm actually gonna take North Carolina in this because Drake May is better than Cunningham, and if they couldn't stop Middle Tennessee State's offense, then they're not stopping North Carolina's offense.
Yeah, Drake May is, as I'm sure Lucas remembers seeing, I said Drake May is leagues better than Tyler Van Dyke, so I'll take UNC. I'm just going to keep calling him that. That's the only way I'm going to get any happiness in my life.
I
now.
think we can all agree that the bettors in at least the last two games have no idea what they're talking about, or they're just
Miami?
really high on Pitt and Miami.
Yeah.
Miami has no business being a favorite. I'm gonna go North Carolina, if for not only because I think they're the better team, but also makes Notre Dame look better. But Josh is taking Miami, so
Oh,
He's all by his lonesome. Okay,
all right.
next we have Western Kentucky at UTSA. UTSA is nearly a touchdown favorite.
Conference USA title implications. The winner of this leads to the Conference USA.
I am taking UTSA. You guys thought I was crazy last week picking Troy over Western Kentucky, and
It was a close game. It was a close game.
Point. I still got that point, and I'm taking UTSA in this one as well.
Oh, Troy won.
Mhm.
Yes.
Oh, they beat.
Me and Josh are both taking the Roadrunners of the University of Texas San Antonio.
Don't make me be
Roadrunners
the only
well.
one to
Meet
not
me.
pick. Oh, I'm the only one not to. Okay, that's a free point for me. Thanks. guys.
Wait, what?
Appreciate it.
What do you mean?
You're taking Western Kentucky.
No, me and Josh took
Oh
UTSA.
yeah, that's right.
I said
that's
the
right,
Roadrunners of University of Texas San Antonio.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing too. We're all taking UTSA.
Yeah,
So
it's
we're
a
all
clean
taking
sweep.
UTSA. Okay.
Okay. Wyoming at New Mexico. Wyoming is a 3.5 point favorite. I don't know what to think of Wyoming. They were
Up and
terrible
down.
that first game, and then they've been decent. They were decent for a few games, and now they're back up. And down.
Wyoming is Texas of the West. I'm gonna take Wyoming in this one.
Yep, I'm taking Wyoming
Well, it's
as
New
well.
Mexico State that's really, really bad.
And so is Josh.
Yeah, I guess they're
Yeah,
all
it's
the
a clean
same.
sweep. It's a clean sweep for Wyoming. Fighting Josh Allen's, because I don't know of any other famous player that went there.
Brett Smith, man, I went to high school with him. He owns like every record, passing record at Wyoming.
So before we get into this game, how long until David Shaw is out of a job? because this Stanford team is just god awful, and they haven't been good for years.
They actually have a decent recruiting class. They're going to hold on to him.
How many
But
bad years
they're
are
really
they gonna
bad.
put up with?
They're really bad. And so Oregon State is going to win this game pretty heavily.
I'm surprised they're only favored by 7. I'll say that.
It's because it's on the farm. It's tough to play at the farm.
I'm going to take Oregon State, and so is Josh.
The farm is where Oregon lost to Stanford last year.
Yeah, they lost to Stanford. I'll take Oregon State as well. It's a clean sweep. That's four. That's I think
Nobody's going to get points this week, man. Come on.
There's not a lot of like upset
yeah.
picks. Unfortunately, this week it's a weird one.
Iowa at Illinois. Illinois is only 3.5-point favorite.
It's because of the defense of Iowa.
Realistically, I mean, with how good Iowa's defense, Iowa could only score 3 points. It's possible, but I am still taking Illinois to win this game.
Yep, me and Josh are taking the Fighting Illini.
I'm taking Illinois as well. Dang it. Okay, Tennessee at LSU. Right away, I'm taking Tennessee and the points. I think this is going to be an absolute blowout, I think.
Well, especially since Jaden Daniels is like still effed up from sliding. Did you guys watch the game last week? The LSU game? Dude,
Ryan definitely didn't, as I watched any LSU games except for that Florida State game.
it hurts his soul. No, Jaden Daniels hurt himself by sliding like an idiot. Like he slid and like tripped over his knee, and then he had to come out of the game. And obviously they pulled it out. But yeah, so Tennessee is going to win this game by a lot of points.
So I'm going Tennessee as well. I think Tennessee wins this in blowout fashion. Brian Kelly gets his second loss on the year. I'm only 4. Then I will only be 4 away, or 5 away actually, from not having to wear.
I only need 2 more, man.
But surprisingly, Josh is taking LSU in the upset.
Wow.
It's a 3-point for us then.
Josh, if that happens, I'm really going to go full Dahmer on you, man.
Yeah.
If that happens.
Okay.
I don't know if he's talking about the murder part or the gay part. I can't tell.
Both.
Oh, okay. Both. All right. That's fair.
Arkansas at Mississippi State. Mississippi State is nearly a 10-point favorite, which is kind of surprising. But right, because KJ Jefferson isn't KJ Jefferson hurt? Like he got injured and he was out.
He still might play. That was the thing. Like Josh Pete with 247, he was talking about how like Arkansas. He actually has Arkansas in his top 25 power rankings. But he said without KJ Jefferson, they're not in the top 25. So it really all depends there. But I still think Mississippi State is going to win this game outright. I'll take the points in that one, I think.
Give me Will Rogers. The dude has been showing out and balling out this season now that he's finally got the air raid under his belt and figured out. I don't know if you guys seen it in the video I did. They've got this 6. He's listed as 6'5", but he's more like 6'6" or 6'7" wide receiver. His last name's Duckling. And every time he scores a touchdown, he does the duck waddle. Which I'm so surprised that the Oregon Ducks don't do that more when they score the whole.
Jalen Waddle does that.
Yeah, exactly. No, the celebration's pretty sick. So give me the Fighting Ducklings.
Yeah, I'll take Mississippi State as well.
Josh is taking Mississippi State as well.
It's another clean sweep. Damn it.
Yep.
But other than the Tennessee game, yeah, Kansas State at Iowa State. Kansas State is only a 2-point favorite, but that's because Iowa State.
Yeah, it's the defense and it's away, so they get that extra 3 points anyways. But yeah, I think Kansas State wins this by 2 touchdowns.
I'm gonna go K-State as well, and so is Josh. Don't tell me another clean sweep.
It is.
Oh, man.
I'm not taking Iowa State. I don't trust their offense.
I don't trust their kicker.
Well, that's
The fighting Colin Kleins.
Yeah, I was trying to think of. Oh, him! I remember him.
Yeah.
I remember him. Okay, another clean sweep. Florida State at NC State. Actually, it should be number 10 NC State, right? Or where?
14 and number 14 NC State.
NC
I wanted
State.
to take Florida State in this one, but I think NC State is still a good team, better team. I'm going to take the Wolfpack.
Oh. This is like tough for me because
And they're good at home too. That's another thing is they're good at home.
I just can't get that East Carolina near miss out of my head. Oh,
They play.
I can't believe I'm going to do it. I'm going Florida State. I'm going. Just why not? Why not? Josh is going with NC State as well.
I'm taking NC State as well, even though I don't trust them. I haven't saying it.
Devin Leary has still looked like complete garbage all season. So
yeah, but I trust them more than Florida State. Let's just put it that way.
They played Clemson good though. Let's be honest. They played
defensively, offensively, it was a crapshoot.
Okay, South Carolina at Josh's Kentucky. Kentucky.
If Kentucky loses this, Josh is never.
Dude, Josh would not be happy at all.
Yeah. I don't know how they're only a 6.5 point favorite with how bad South Carolina's looked this year. So, yeah, Kentucky in the points.
I'm taking Kentucky as well, and Josh is.
Yeah, I'll take Kentucky. Oh, excuse me.
We are speeding through these pick'ems.
Yes, sir.
Vandy at Ole Miss. Oh, what does Josh have to say? Oh, he's going to the game. Nice.
Sweet.
Ole
Miss in the points.
Ole Miss in the points. 17.5. Yeah.
This might be, to me, this could easily be a upset watch just because of how Ole Miss struggled against Tulsa. But Ole Miss should win this game comfortably, so give me the Rebels. And Josh is taking the Rebels as well.
Yeah, give me Ole Miss, and I'll take the points. Kentucky's wearing the chrome helmets. Oh, because
nice.
They're playing the 7:30 game on there. Nice.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta wait, dude. Oh my god, waiting until 8:00 last week to watch the Ducks game, like 8:00 my time. So it was like what
10 our time,
basically midnight your time. Like, oh, it was excruciating. And then I gotta wait until 6:00 my time this week.
Hey, you know what? Like, your game this week is on the Pac-12 network, Lucas. So good job. I really hope you can win that game.
Pac-12 after dark in the desert against Arizona.
I'm saying, how do you get Pac-12 network, Lucas?
Yeah, I do.
Because I can't get it anywhere. It's not on Hulu. It's not on
Sling.
I know it. I looked it up. It's like the only way you can watch it is if you have Sling. And I'm like, bro, I pay for ESPN Plus. Why can't I get the game on there?
Okay, guys, let's move on. Texas Tech at Oklahoma State.
Upset watch.
Not upset watch. Oklahoma State in the points.
I'll take Oklahoma State and probably the points as well.
Texas Tech put up a good fight against Oklahoma State. Or not Oklahoma State, Kansas State last week. I could see them winning in an upset, but I'll give Oklahoma State the benefit of the doubt. Josh as well is going with Oklahoma State.
Washington State. Wait, is it Washington State at USC or is it USC?
Yeah, it's at USC. Lucas had it backwards.
Because
what now?
So it's at USC, not on the Palouse.
Oh, I must have it wrong. My bad.
Because I thought when he said that and I thought it was wrong. It was like, I'm going to take Wazoo all day. I'll take.
But it doesn't matter. USC really doesn't have. It's kind of like UCLA, but it's not as bad to the extent. But USC really doesn't have that good of a home field advantage.
Yeah, I am taking.
It really does hurt them playing in such big stadiums like that they're not really able to fill even when they're good.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Unless it's like a big game like when they played Texas a few years back.
So,
I'm taking Cameron Ward and Washington State Cougars to upset the USC Trojans. USC has looked so bad against Arizona State and Oregon State these last 2 weeks. I think Washington State, if they play USC like they played against Oregon, they're going to blow these guys out, and I think they hold on to it at the end.
So Josh is going with the upset as well, and I am too. Not only am I going with the upset, give me Washington State and the 13 points.
Are we really about to sweep and upset over ranked versus number 6 team?
No, I'm taking USC.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
I was
man.
going to say.
Connor's not coming to the dark side, man.
No, I'm not.
Me and Lucas are sitting here seething, waiting till USC loses, man.
Okay, Ohio State at Michigan State. I'm just going to say straight up, I'm taking Ohio State and the
Ohio State.
And the points. Give it to me. I actually have CJ Stroud on my parlay this week for 330 yards.
I was so tempted to not even put this game on the list because I knew it was going to be a blowout, but I just figured, it's a rivalry game, kind of have to. But Josh and me are both taking OSU and the points.
Yep. Okay. Texas A&M at Bama.
This is going to be another freaking clean sweep, man.
Take Bama and the points.
I'm taking Bama, but not with the points. I think they come out of it with a 10-point victory. I mean, you got to remember, this is they're taking on a team that they lost to last year, and it's going to most likely be with a redshirt freshman quarterback for Alabama.
You don't think Alabama's going to play?
However, Haynes King is starting this game for Texas A&M.
You don't think though that Alabama's going to play angry about last year? I mean, I think Alabama's going to spank them.
I don't know. I just it's just a weird thing. It's like Alabama playing Auburn. It's like no matter how bad Auburn is, they always play Alabama tough. Like last season, I think it's the same thing with Texas A&M. 10-point win for Alabama in this one. Still taking Bama.
All right. Me and Josh are both taking Alabama as well.
Yeah, I'm taking Bama. Okay, my team. Yay. Virginia Tech at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is
should
a
be our
14.5.
Wait, did you take off the Georgia game?
Well, did I?
Not
did
that
I
it matters. We're gonna clean sweep, but Georgia.
Did I not
Georgia
pick the Georgia game? Did I not? I must not have put in the Georgia game.
Who are they playing?
They play Auburn.
No, we all took Georgia, so it doesn't matter.
We would all take that, so that doesn't need to be in there.
So honestly, this should be our $1 ticket game, but it's not.
I didn't want to put one of our own because I didn't want to put Connor in his feels again. So,
at this point, I have nothing to feel. I don't have anything left to feel.
You're just stone cold, man.
At this point, I'm more invested in
like,
Maryland than I am in VT.
Honestly, I don't blame you. I think Pittsburgh wins this pretty easily.
Do you think they cover the 14.5?
You taking the points?
Yes. I think Pittsburgh is they're gonna be pissed off after losing to one of the worst teams in college football in Georgia Tech. And then Virginia Tech is just Virginia Tech right now. So I just
Does Pat Narduzzi get fired if they start the season 3-3 with losses to Georgia Tech and Virginia Tech?
Oh dude, he should. He should.
Oh dude.
Oh man.
And plus, if you play a little bit of football math, I mean, Pittsburgh beat West Virginia, and West Virginia put a smackdown on Virginia Tech. So, football math doesn't
Pittsburgh
work. Wins this.
Yeah, football math never works, but me and Josh are going with Pitt as well.
So I'll give you so my name Pitt's Haunted House of Horrors. VT has had some terrible games at Pittsburgh. Their last 2 games that they've made to Pittsburgh, they lost 47-14 and 52-22. So I'm taking Pittsburgh and the points easily.
Dang.
Of course, both of those I think were with Kenny Pickett as the quarterback, but I'm still taking Pittsburgh. And until VT's offense can actually do anything, I'm not trusting them at all. And their defense, unfortunately, the defense is okay, is decent, but they're just gonna be burnt out and tired, and that's where the blowout really happens in the second half because the defense will be on the field for so damn long. That's what happened against West Virginia, really. Okay, BYU at Notre Dame. I removed the Shamrock game in Vegas because that was unnecessary additions that you had in there, Ryan, because no one gives a crap except you. So BYU at Notre Dame. Notre Dame's a 3.5-point favorite.
So this is going to come as a surprise to all of you. I'm actually taking Notre Dame to beat BYU in this game. And the reason for it is I could see Notre Dame just for some reason pretending like they are still the number 5 team in the country. And for somehow, some way, pull this game out against BYU. I don't know how they're going to do it, but I could just see it happening. So I'm taking Notre Dame with the upset. Still not getting in the top 25 next week, even if they win this. But take Notre Dame. Go ahead, Connor.
BYU, fuck Notre Dame. I hope they lose because your QB suck. Brock Bowers, best tight end in the country, is what I wrote down. I wanted Lucas to say if I wasn't here. You saw that, Lucas, right?
All right. Well, Josh is also going with BYU.
So it's gonna be a split.
I'm going with Notre Dame mainly because they have the better athletes. They are just a better team. BYU struggled.
They don't have a better quarterback.
They don't have the better quarterback, but they have the better overall team, better talent. BYU has looked like crap against Wyoming and Utah State. Utah State just ran for over 200 yards rushing against BYU. And also,
let's wrap this up, guys. Let's wrap this up.
But anyway, statistically, Notre Dame has the best defense that BYU will face this year.
Independence.
No, just in general. But anyway,
okay.
Notre Dame wins by 14, in my opinion.
Okay, we gotta get through these quick. 14. Okay, Oregon at Arizona. Oregon's a 13-point favorite. I'm going to take Oregon. I'm taking Oregon, but only because Scooby Wright isn't there for Arizona anymore.
I could honestly see this be a trap game. It's at Arizona at night on Pac-12 Network.
Oh.
It's Pac-12 after dark. Oh, well, I'm going to take Oregon because I have faith in this Ducks team that they're not going to duck around like they did in years past.
Who's Josh taking? Did Josh take? Josh
took he took BYU and he took Oregon.
Oregon wins this 49-21. Calling it now. Okay.
Damn. Okay, Southern Miss at Troy. Troy is a 6.5-point favorite.
I'm undefeated when picking Troy. I'm picking Troy again.
Oh, so we're going against our boy.
I think like one time.
The Trojan that will never break. But I'm gonna go Southern Miss. I'm doing it for the boys.
Yeah, I'm taking Southern Miss. I learned my mistake from not taking them
He made me look stupid last week. That's for sure.
When you and me both when we didn't take them playing Tulane.
Not only did they beat Tulane, they dominated Tulane in that second half. So
okay, all right. Josh taking Southern Miss
he's taking Southern Miss.
Okay, so other than that, okay, who's really bad game of the week? TCU at Kansas. TCU is a 6.5-point favorite. Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think TCU gets it done. Unfortunately, I think Kansas takes their first loss this week just because I think TCU is going to be a little bit tougher on the offensive and defensive line. They just got better athletes, and I think they get it done.
Rock Chalk Jayhawk, baby. I'm going to stay on this train until they lose. Jalen Daniels is going to make a Heisman statement this week. Give me the Jayhawks by 7.
Who's Josh taking?
He is taking Kansas.
I'm also doing the same thing. I'm sticking with Kansas until they lose. I'm sticking with them. Rock Chalk, Jalen. You pretty much stole what I was going to say. He's going to continue adding to his Heisman campaign. They also have game day there. It's going to be absolutely crazy in that stadium. It was that Duke
It's a
game.
third
was
straight
tough this week.
sellout. Third straight.
That's it. There you go. There's a spring. There you go, Kansas. There you go. Yeah, give me. And I just love Jalen Daniels, what he's been doing. So give me Kansas. So we got Utah at UCLA. This is, I guess, our game of the week. Utah's a 3.5-point favorite on the road.
We know who Lucas is taking. We know who Lucas is.
I am taking DTR and the UCLA Bruins to win this game. And then College game day will be at Autzen Stadium for the Oregon versus UCLA game.
Weren't they there last year too? When you guys
were.
played UCLA? Yeah.
Yes, they were.
I'm going to go Utah. I think UCLA, DTR is really good. I still think they're a really good team. I think they're definitely a Pac-12 contender. Utah. In the Pac-12 right now, it's just Utah, Oregon, and everybody else. So I'm taking Utah right now.
I'm taking UCLA. DTR is ridiculous.
And Josh said Utah, but close.
Gotcha. I'll take DTR or UCLA and DTR. He's just ridiculous. And then, of course, I said when I sent it to Lucas, I said, now that I've said this, or I'm making Lucas say this, UCLA is going to lose this game and go like 500 the rest of the and finish.
What is with UCLA though? Like our DTR hurdling guys, man. This dude, it's just he makes it look so effortless.
He's your athlete. He's basically. I mean, he's a college. I mean, he's an NFL player playing college football right now.
Yeah.
So
okay, I'm taking UConn at FIU. And UConn's a 5.5 point favorite. I'm taking UConn.
I will never ever pick FIU to win a game. I know they're 2-2, but I'm taking UConn in this one.
Oh, Josh, you're gonna lose a point. You didn't give me a pick for this game, man.
You can put it in the comments.
He has until
the
game time.
Yeah, but
until game time.
Nah, I'm taking the Huskies of UConn.
Okay. Louisiana at Marshall. I'm taking Marshall only because Marshall is about an hour and a half from where I am and here in West Virginia, so I'll take them.
Prime time. Oh wait, I thought
actually,
Louisville.
Actually, I just realized this game we actually don't even need to actually use because we'll be streaming before this game plays on Thursday, so we don't even actually need to have this game.
Wait, I thought this was a Wednesday. I'm so confused.
Wait. Hold on. It is a Wednesday game. That's my bad.
Oh,
I thought it said Louisville.
Wednesday.
So I'm actually okay. I'm taking Marshall to win this game over Louisiana. Then.
All right, so I am taking Marshall as well. We are Marshall, or they are Marshall.
They are Marshall.
All right, next game and last game, finally.
Baylor at West Virginia.
This is the Thursday game. That's my bad.
Oh, this is the Thursday game. So you fucked up twice. Great job.
Yeah, I did.
So
it's not like I don't do everything for
West
the channel.
Virginia. So West Virginia, the state has been better than I thought it was going to be. But still, fuck the Mountaineers. Go Baylor.
Yeah, Baylor's going to win this game probably by a lot.
So as to say, you guys don't think that there's going to be any singing of "Country Roads Take Me Home" when the Sikkim Bears go in there?
There will be, but it's going to be the fat lady out there.
We're watching and the Bears go.
Fat lady singing it.
Me and Josh are both going with Baylor.
So it's a clean sweep for Baylor. Cool. Well, that has been the Week 0 podcast, or this has been the Week 0 podcast. I got to get out of here, and me and Lucas are clicking each other. I got to get out of here. I have work I got to do soon. So, but for Lucas, Bo, Stonos, McKnight, for Ryan, Denver, Dahmer, Fravel, I am Connor, Pitts, Haunted House of Horrors, Doherty. This has been the Week 0 podcast. We will see you guys next Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Central, and 1 p.m. Pacific time. That'll be our new start time for at least the next 5 or so weeks. We might go back to Fridays, potentially go after that. It all just depends what happens with my work. But hope you guys enjoyed the show, and we will see you guys next week.